I think, a happy one. But I was never afraid of dying, and now that I am dying, I see that I was right. This is my daughter's house, and soon I know the door will slowly open, and she will come to sit on the chair she keeps by my bed, and her hand will stretch across to feel my brow, and her cold touch will disturb her. If I were afraid of dying, I might be able to turn to her for comfort. But I am not afraid of dying, and the touch of her hand is too light for me to trust. This is a portrait of Vignettes of a life of a character called Margaret Gunson, a Scots Presbyterian woman born in 1795. She was grown up in Donegal, but she is sent to live on her uncle's farm in Devon to escape famine and disease. She marries Seamie O'Grada, an Irish docker, and they live in Plymouth. The Great Irish Famine begins as Margaret's life ends. These vignettes are recounted from her deathbed and were revealed to me, in all truth, in a very light trance some 20 years ago. 1. There are low clouds drifting across the sky behind my grandmother's head. She's leaning on her stick, drying my eyes with the corner of her shawl. Go then. She's turning aside from me and turning around, walking away. Her long shawl trailing from side to side in the mud, and I am standing watching her going back into the house to the old door. 2. The room is filled with sunshine, and the sounds of the working dockside are rising from below. He's leaning with his back against the window, watching us. I'm catching his eye and drawing aside the blanket so that he can see me feeding her. I'm so proud of myself. He stands up, and as he walks across the floor, I know that he'll love her as he loves me, privately and passionately and from a distance. He sits down on the side of the bed and searches for her in the blankets. We're a family now, Shani, aren't we? He begins to laugh gently. We are that. I'm leaning my head against the wall now and looking at the motes of dust floating in the light. This is the happiest moment of my life. I can rest now. It's almost 3. It's almost dawn, and I'm watching him coming quietly through the door into our room. He is setting his fiddle under the bench. He does not see me standing behind the sheets drying from the ceiling. He's sitting wearily on the bench, pulling the laces from his boots and resting his head back against the wall. He's useless. I can't rely on him. We won't survive. I'm folding my arms across my chest and clenching my teeth, and I feel a shutter rattling down from my head to my feet before me. I have to take care of everything now. We'll end up in the alleyway. 4. I'm kneeling down, tucking the sheet under the mattress. My little boy is clutching onto my shoulders and climbing onto the back of my calves, finding his balance. I'm smiling to him, but peeling his little fingers from my shoulders. I'm picking up a box of buttons from under my bed, and I'm rattling them in front of him. and setting them down with my daughter sitting by the stove. I'm standing back, looking at them. They're pallid and lifeless and quiet. This is all I can do. I can't let them get nearer to me. I'll start shouting at them if they were to get closer. 5. We're in bed, and he's lifting away my nightdress and kissing my flesh. He knows I can't get pregnant again. We're very loving towards each other at night. But once the morning arrives and our feet touch the floorboards, we'll be strangers again. 6. A boy is yelling at the gathered dockers to let us through their circle. I see him lying on the ground with a coat under his head. You're too late, missus. I'm dropping to my knees and pulling him onto my lap. Can't you do something? But they're only staring at me. An old man is forcing his hand over my mouth, stopping me from kissing his lips. You mustn't, darling. One by one, the men are kneeling down and beginning the low mumble of their prayers. The whites of his eyes have yellowed, and foam is gathering the corner of his mouth. I'm looking up, searching the sky, as if I might still be able to see him. 7. A tall man is stumbling past, carrying a boy in his arms, and the boy's head is bobbing with each step. His eyes are set, and a young girl is holding onto the coat tail, following him. Their feet are covered in fresh cow dung. Behind him is another, and another, and another trailing back along this Devon road. They're making their way to the ports for the ship sailing to Australia. I hate them. 8. I'm walking towards a small cottage standing at the bend of a cove. I'm nearing the open door and going inside. A large fire is burning in the grate, and I'm crossing to the fire and lifting my skirts, warming the backs of my legs. There is a basket at my foot and the baby's asleep. The kitchen is darkening now, and the silhouette of a man is filling the door frame. It is my son. He's coming into the kitchen and he's sitting down at the table, holding his head in his hands. He's weeping. I'm picking up the basket and passing behind his chair. I'm afraid that he will try and stop me, but he lets me go, and I'm hurrying away along the cove. The workhouse is now in sight. I'm stopping in the middle of the courtyard and climbing down, fetching the basket. There's a grey door in front of me, and I'm going inside. An old woman is behind a wide counter, and I'm putting the basket down in front of her. She's taking it from me and lifting up and signing a book, my name, in her ledger. I know I have committed her to a life of hell. I could have asked God for help, but I didn't. I must see that now. I had too much pain in my life, and I struck back in the end. But it is over now. It is finished. It is done, and I am free, and I will take the pain with me. In the way that death begins, I can look down and see myself and my daughter in the dim candlelight. Now I hear a light hissing sound, and I see my soul being sucked down from my nose and mouth down along my throat and spine, down through my legs to my feet and heels, where it is gathering. I am starting to rise up in the air now. The room is falling away from me. I'm rising. I've stopped, and like a magnet, I'm being drawn backwards into a white cloud. The cloud is moving alongside me, and I'm being pulled back into the whiteness. The two sides are coming to close in front of me now. Yes, right in front of me. They're meeting, touching, white. Everything is pure white. I'm dead. I'm dead now.